Good morning. Welcome to an absolute magical Monday. Today, we're going to start a very beautiful book. I'm very excited to introduce this book to you all. And before that, of course, a big step programming where each one of us is running towards our dreams, visualizing them, thinking about them, feeling happy, asserting and affirming that I am a winner. With that power dose, let's start a magical morning. Let's gear up for a morning run. Some of you asked me, yes, you can run physically also on the spot. It's absolutely cute. Or you can just feel the movement, whatever. But yeah, good to feel energy, especially in the morning. So let's start. Yes, I'm a winner. How wonderful. Let's once again think of our dreams and let's again run towards them. Yes. I'm a winner for life. And let's keep playing this wonderful game of life today and always. Ritesh sir, let's have the first book for the day, Ikigai, and thereafter we can move to Power of Now. So in Ikigai, we've had interesting conversations. We heard about logotherapy. It's an vis-a-vis psychoanalysis and how each one of us is independent. All we have to do is understand that we have the power within us, analyze, get focused, discipline, and have a better life with understanding the basic key ideas. So thank you, Anju or Ajay, for volunteering to read. And today, in this beautiful book of Ikigai, we will talk about the Morita Therapy. What is the Morita Therapy, which is so famous in Japan? How does it work? And it is very beautiful. Let's understand about this.
Morning, everyone.
Connie.
Morita Therapy. In the same decade that logotherapy came into being, a few years earlier, in fact, Shoma Morita created his own purpose centered therapy in Japan. It proved to be effective in the treatment of neurosis, obsessive compulsive disorder, and post traumatic stress. In addition to being a psychotherapist, Shoma Morita was a Zen Buddhist, and his therapy left a lasting spiritual mark on Japan. Many Western forms of therapy focus on controlling and modifying the patient's emotions. In the West, we tend to believe that what we think influences how we feel, which in turn influences how we act. In contrast, Morita therapy focuses on teaching patients to accept their emotions without trying to control them, since their feelings will change as a result of their actions.
The most important for all of us to understand out of Morita therapy is it is very simple that all of us also are kind of learning to accept our feelings without judging them, without controlling them. Let our feelings just flow. Because whatever our feelings have to flow, and how we understand the science further, let's understand.
In addition to accepting the patient's emotion, Morita therapy seeks to create new emotions on the basis of actions. According to Morita, these emotions are learned through experience and repetition. Morita therapy is not meant to eliminate symptoms. Instead, it teaches us to accept our desires, anxieties, fears, and worries and let them go. As Morita writes in his book, Morita Therapy and the True Nature of Anxiety Based Disorders, in feelings it is best to be wealthy and generous. Morita explained the idea of letting go of negative feelings with the following fable. A donkey that is tied to a post by a rope will keep walking around the post in an attempt to free itself, only to become more immobilized and attached to that post. The same thing applies to people with obsessive thinking who become more trapped in their own suffering when they try to escape from the fears and discomfort. You want to explain that?
Yes. So it's very important for all of us to understand in this therapy that the minute we as people start accepting our own emotions, that okay, this emotion is coming in my life for a reason. And what are we learning out of it? And why are we repeating feeling the same emotion again and again? Whenever you feel the same emotion, you will realize that it's been repeated in the past also. And your subconscious mind will register the first experience that you've had. It reacted in a particular way, and that reaction is stored in our mind. So whenever the situation comes, you're going to repeat. Okay, so let me take an example to explain this more clearly. For example, if I have a waffle with maple syrup and strawberry and the cream, for example, first time I have, oh my God, divine. It's just brilliant. So, okay, that it could be in some country which I've loved. But every time I see that combination, my mind will automatically salivate, even though I've just had a wholesome, fulsome meal. I will want to repeat the experience of the pleasure of experiencing that same emotion. Similarly, if I'm irritated by some particular person, he's done something very nasty with me in the past, he or she, and I have had a bad experience. Whenever I see him or her again, my mind will automatically repeat that thing. So Moita therapy is very beautiful. It's now going to eliminate the symptoms. जो experience पहला होता है, where we're experiencing something, it's going to tell us it's okay. If you have feelings, you have anxieties, you have fears, you have worries, or you have desires, it's okay. If you're going through this, it's absolutely okay. तो हमें कई बार लगता है बोलना कि अरे एक बार हो गया चलो छोड़ दो उसको जाने दो, let it be, छोड़ो उसको आगे move on करो. So you can't move on because you have angst against the person. या आपको उस waffle या वो combination इतना पसंद है, you can't move on, you have to take a bite. लेकिन जब आपको अपने अंदर अपनी डिजायर्स एंड एंग्जाइटीज के बारे में बताया जा रहा है कि इट्स ओके, आपकी डिजायर एक रीजन से है या आपका फियर एक रीजन से है, और वो जो रीजन है उस डिसऑर्डर को हम हील करेंगे. when we work on this, जब हम नेगेटिव फीलिंग्स को एक प्रॉपर एनालाइज करते हैं लाइफ में, दैट इज व्हाई यू एंड आई कैन प्रॉब्ली बिकम बेटर एंड वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि हमारा ये ऑब्सेसिव डिसऑर्डर जो है या थिंकिंग जो है या कंडीशन थिंकिंग है, हम इसके जाल में फंसे हुए, वी आर ट्रैप्ड इन दिस, एंड दैट्स व्हाई हम हमेशा दुखी होते हैं, वी फील अपसेट बिकॉज अगेन एंड अगेन इट्स अर्किंग अस. So now Morita therapy is based on few principles. Let's understand those principles. First is accept your feelings.
The basic principles of Morita therapy: accept your feelings. If we have obsessive thoughts, we should not try to control them or get rid of them. If we do, they become more intense. Regarding human emotions, the Zen master would say, if we try and get rid of one wave with another, we end up with the infinite sea. We don't create our feelings, they simply come to us and we have to accept them. The trick is welcoming them. Morita likened emotions to the weather. We can't predict or control them, we can only observe them. To this point, he often quoted the Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh, who would say, "Hello, solitude, how are you today? Come, sit with me, and I will care for you." Point number two: do what you should be doing. We shouldn't focus on eliminating symptoms because recovery will come on its own. We should focus instead on the present moment, and if we are suffering, on accepting and suffering. After all, we should avoid intellectualizing the situation. The therapist's mission is to develop the patient's character so he or she can face any situation, and character is grounded in the things we do. Morita therapy does not offer its patients explanations, but rather allows them to learn from their actions and activities. It doesn't tell you how to meditate or how to keep a diary the way Western therapies do. It's up to the patient to make discoveries through experience.
Let's do point number one, accepting our feelings. The worst enemy is we are not able to accept that why am I feeling this? And in fact, we start questioning ourselves, ऐसे बार बार क्यों होता है मेरे साथ? Why does it happen again and again? I'm smart enough. I know it all. Why can't I let go? Why can't I understand it? Why am I so judgmental? And that's the time you are judging yourselves because you're not being able to accept the feelings that there is a reason why you and I've triggered off in that feeling. In this beautiful journey of accepting your feelings, we are very simply taught that you can't, you shouldn't judge. You should just embrace them the way it is. Even the greatest secret people who won the first batch, you remember something called the welcoming feeling. So you're supposed to welcome them. कि अरे ये feeling आई है, okay, let me welcome it. Let me sit down. Let me analyze it. क्या हो रहा है इससे? Because you do not know what's going to happen. So maybe maybe you can, people can say तुम क्या करने वाले, predict कर सकते हो कि आप क्या करने वाले हो. But if you welcome them, you are in control. Then you're observing them. कि feeling आई है, I'm observing it. Don't own the feeling. वो मेरी feeling है, नहीं. This feeling has come to me. What is this feeling teaching me? Is it teaching me that I'm happy right now? Am I stressed? Am I upset? So, yes, if I am, okay, fine, let's understand it. It makes you converse with yourself. बाहर की therapist की ज़रूरत नहीं होती. Of course, in Morita, they are making you talk to each other. But here, if you look at yourself, अगर आपको या मुझे कोई feeling आती है, so can we accept it? Can we actually see that we are going through an emotion rather than saying I am emotional? Can't you say, okay, this emotion has come, I'm going through it. So even in medical world, they say the spiritual medical people say, don't say I have thyroid or I have diabetes. Just say I'm going through thyroid, I'm going through diabetes, which means ye aaya hai aur ye jayega. Similarly with your feelings, if you accept them, they have come and they will go. But if you just say I'm so angry, then you're holding on to the anger for much longer than it can fade. कभी सुना है आप लोगों ने गुस्सा ठंडा हो जाता है 5 मिनट में शांत हो जाता है. That's why people say react slow, don't react immediately. Let it sink in because this has come and this will go. Number two is do what you should be doing. So it's very important. We're not supposed to eliminate the symptoms. Nahin, you're not supposed to really do that. But we should work on the present moment. Abhi kya feel ho raha hai? If I'm suffering, am I accepting or am I suffering with the suffering ki ye mujhe kyun ho raha hai? Now we have to understand, we have to stop becoming too logical. Logic is not important here. But what's important here is that I face all situations. Jo kuch aata hai sar maathe pe. I am humble, I'm grounded, and I'm just here for a reason. And let me learn from my own actions and activities. If I've gone through an experience and if right now I'm feeling an emotion, it's okay. It's there in the part of my mind. But how can I work on this negative emotion? Can I affirm? Can I meditate? Can I close my eyes for 2 minutes? Can I just switch off and just be in silence? This way, I'm able to understand it. So, what are we supposed to do? Understand it by reflecting, by meditating, by having an inner conversation and not being judgmental. Remember, we have to forgive. And forgive ka ek aur meaning hai, you're meant to forgive for giving love. So give love to yourself, love yourself. Number three is very beautiful again. It's a 3-point program. The number three is discover your life's purpose, which is the entire intent of this whole book. So yes, please.
I just had a question for number two. Is it also being indifferent to the feeling? जो आ रहा है उसको आने दो and just let it like pass. Don't get involved with it.
Yes, very much. You can look at it one thing, but if you try and analyze it, मुझे feeling आई है. So the reason that was there for that moment. Right now, let it just pass. Because जब वो गुस्सा हुआ था उस इंसान से, that was like a couple of years ago, not now. So why am I holding on to the memory now? Today the man could have changed ना. उस दिन heat of the moment में कुछ बोल दिया. So acceptance आती है. Root cause में जाना होता है. And of course, what you're saying is very beautiful. That's what they're saying. Don't use intelligence. Don't keep thinking too much. Just let it flow. So both of the options are great.
We can't control our emotions, but we can take charge of our actions every day. This is why we should have a clear sense of our purpose and always keep Morita's mantra in mind. What do we need to be doing right now? What action should we be taking? The key to achieving this is having dared to look inside yourself to find your Ikigai.
It's very important to look inside ourselves. It's very, very important to understand that if I have a life's purpose, all these small mundane things will be just lost, because I would have a larger purpose in life. And that larger purpose is something that I love. It's not people who've told me, okay, Ajay, you must do this business of jewelry because this is how family's been working and this is what you should do. But he says, no, I'm going to make contemporary jewelry. I'm not even going to go in for this kundan or whatever. I'll go for diamonds, or I'll go for this. This is where my calling is. Or I want to become a trader, or I want to become this. He's going to follow his instinct, and then his purpose will be bigger. I have to grow my company. I have to do this. And that is larger than life. Then, somebody else irking you will also not matter, because you've moved away to something larger than life. Okay, so let me take a couple of questions. What does it say? Yes, Nitin, that's the reason why we perform surrender, because you're just letting the condition come and go, and you're just saying, okay, I'm calm, I'm peaceful, and I'm just taking 3 minutes of silence, and I'm surrendering this emotion which has come in my life. Very beautiful. Niriksha says, what about happiness? Happiness also, sar pe nahi chadna chahiye happiness bahut zyada. We should be in a happy state, but ecstasy and that happiness by itself is beautiful. And actually, Niriksha, it's crazy that people ask this question, but this is something which we should always have. We are meant to be happy. I don't know why do we think ki now I'm happy. I think we are always happy. But if we are not always happy, we have to work on ourselves. Happiness is supposed to be a part of you. But extra happiness, like overexcitement, that will come and that will go. So that's what I want to say. In fact, everyone should start saying, I'm a happy person, because that's what you're meant to be. What is the foundation in life? Love, right? A base level, the universal laws are love and light. And we are all love, we are all light. Imagine if there's no love in the world, then we will be unhappy. Imagine if there's no light in the world, your own world, it'll be a dark world. You can't see anything clearly where there's no light. So, love and light is very important. So, please accept, yes, please accept what comes, and it just goes. So, anything negative or anything positive, it depends upon your frequency. What are you radiating at? If you're in a very high frequency zone, you'll all the time be happy. Your aura will be very beautiful. If you're radiating at something negative, your aura is dark. But if you hold on to the negative emotion, your aura is going to be very, 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 very dull. But if you just let the emotion go, so negativity must pass. Positivity, you're feeling great and feeling happier, so then that's great. Excellent. Now let's talk about 4 phases of Moita therapy.
Morita's original treatment, which lasts 15 to 21 days, consists of the following stages: isolation, isolation and rest, 5 to 7 days. During the first week of treatment, the patient rests in a room without any external stimuli. No television, books, family, friends, or speaking. All the patient has is his own thoughts. He lies down for most of the day and is visited regularly by the therapist, who tries to avoid interacting with him as much as possible. The therapist simply advises the patient to continue observing the rise and the fall of his emotions and as he lies there. When the patient gets bored and wants to start doing things again, he is ready to move on to the next stage of therapy.
So this you could relate yourselves with silence. Have you seen people look monrat karte hain? And they live in their own place, not with the family. They're in their own room and they're in silence. So if there are no triggers like televisions, books, family, writing, speaking. In Vipassana, I don't know how many of you know about Vipassana. So when you check into for your Vipassana meditation for 11 days, you can have nothing with you except for your basic clothes. You can't have any gadgets with you. They even say there's nothing required. Even ghadi ki zarurat nahi hai, because wo ghanta apne aap they tell you when it's time for meditation. So silence is very important for us to understand without any stimuli. So that is important, and that's a very important part of this. Yeah, so you've been Rajiv and Payal, so you know what I'm talking about. Number two, light occupational therapy.
5 to 7 days. In this stage, the patient performs repetitive tasks in silence. One of these is keeping a diary about his thoughts and feelings. The patient goes outside after a week of being shut in, takes walks in the nature, and does breathing exercises. He also starts doing simple activities such as gardening, drawing, or painting. During this stage, the patient is still not allowed to talk to anyone except the therapist.
So you can relate this to doing something which you love doing, like soulful intelligence, so soulful indulgence. So if you want to do like maybe just a walk, maybe just a run, maybe though it's supposed to be physically not draining you out because you're supposed to let the emotions come in slowly. Something just soothing, calming. And this is a time when you're doing, you can't listen to music. Why? Because that's an extra stimuli. So you're doing something within yourself. So that's why they say. But even in some people, they even do light music if they're playing on their own. So depends like what you want to use. These are just ideas, not that you and I'm doing Moita therapy, but we can get inspired for this and intertwine them in our life in a very interesting way. Third is occupational therapy.
Again, 5 to 7 days. In this stage, the patient performs tasks that require physical movement. Dr. Morita liked to take his patients to the mountains to chop wood. In addition to the physical tasks, the patient is also immersed in other activities, such as writing, painting, or making ceramics. The patient can speak with others at this stage, but only about the tasks at hand.
So very important in this 5 to 7 days, which is happening like a week post, you're just getting back in the root of things and you're just taking up a few more physical tasks. So then you're getting back into society, you're intertwining yourself, you've finished off. And now when you've done your writing, painting and gardening, you can further do something a little more intense so that now you're getting in the real picture with the real world and you can start interacting with people. So relate this to your time when you've come out of your silence, you've meditated upon what you really want, done a bit which is soulful, and now you're just coming out to meet people. I think when you meet your own family after this little time that you've spent with yourself, you're going to be so much more calmer, interacting with them, listening to them rather than speaking. Number four is the biggest thing, return to social life and the real world.
The patient leaves the hospital and is reintroduced to social life, but maintains the practices of meditation and occupational therapy developed during the treatment. The idea is to re enter society as a new person with a sense of purpose and without being controlled by social or emotional pressures.
So, people who are a little more spiritual, they will go to social media, but they will not take any more pressure. Initially, social media could have been a pressure, but it will not be a pressure. And you'll just do it little bit. And your life will have a sense of person. You would have probably find your Ikigai, and you would be now enjoying your life. So there's a different way than you were doing a mundane task, like which is just society driven, and now your focus has entirely changed. You बहुत ठहराव आ जाता है इसके बाद. So that's why अगर रोज रोज में भी हम ये करें, silence करें, reflection करें, अपना soulful indulgence करें, and then we talk to everybody in a calm fashion, you would be a much calmer person by the end of this. Let's talk about Naikan meditation.
Morita was a great Zen master of Nichiren introspective meditation. Much of his therapy draws on his knowledge and mastery of this school, which centers on three questions the individual must ask him or herself. What have I received from person X? What have I given to the person X? What problems have I caused person X? Through these reflections, we stop identifying others as the cause of our problems and deepen our own sense of responsibility. As Morita said, if you're angry and want to fight, think about it for 3 days before coming to the blows. After 3 days, the intense desire to fight will pass on its own.
And this Naikan meditation is even beautiful for people who gossip or people who just do unnecessary talk. So when you analyze and you ask yourself, जो मैं information सुन रहा हूँ या दे रहा हूँ, well, give and take, how good is it? What is it? And is there any after effect or am I causing any harm to the person that I'm talking about? If I'm complimenting, for example, right now on my screen, I can say Ajay and Anju. So Ajay and Anju, if they're talking to each other and they're saying, okay, Prachi is this, Prachi is that, if it's harming me and Ajay and Anju make it convinced that it's harming me, is it good for you? It's like you're putting your perspective in somebody else's mind. But they always say अच्छाई करने में कोई problem नहीं है. You're seeing something good in others is great. कुछ negative दिख रहा है, so it's your reflection. So can I analyze कि प्राची में negative दिख रहा है? It's actually negative in me, so I can relate with that. And whereas Ajay says, I can only see the positive in her because he's a positive person. He can only see the positive. Or Anju is saying she can see positive or it role reversal. So please understand these three formulas. If you take them in life, you and I'm going to be sorted for everything. What am I receiving? What am I giving? And what problems have been caused or am I causing? If you understand and ask these three questions in every realm of your being, you will be a much better person. This is a beautiful meditation. Without a meditation, it's a meditation because you're thinking about it. And again, three steps of creation. So please think about these three steps very beautifully. Today we'll include a reading about and now Ikigai. Yes, please.
But how do you deal with people who do this all the time? I mean, you know,
No, it's okay.
you
Just
just ignore.
यहाँ से सुनो, यहाँ से निकालो.
Ignore.
सुनो सबकी करो अपने.
Hmm.
With your intelligence, with your wisdom. And sometimes, if it's too much of negativity happening, make excuses and just walk out for some XYZ reasons. Oh, I really have to go to the loo. Let me just come back and don't come back. So just be diplomat.
And now, Ikigai. Logotherapy and Morita therapy are both grounded in a personal, unique experience that you can access without therapists or spiritual retreats. The mission of finding your Ikigai, your existential fuel. Once you find it, it is only a matter of having the courage and making the effort to stay on the right path. In the following chapters, we'll take a look at the basic tools you'll need to get moving along the path. Finding flow in the tasks you've chosen to do, eating in a balanced and a mindful way, doing low intensity exercise, and learning not to give in when difficulties arise. In order to do this, you have to accept that the world, like the people who live in it, is imperfect. But that is still full of opportunities for growth and achievement. Are you ready to throw yourself into the passion as if it was the most important thing in the world?
I think the last line resonates with all of us. We definitely want to discover our passions and let this book unfold day by day, and you will realize a lot of different things in you. थ्री थिंग्स रोहिणी जी ओके सो नाइकन मेडिटेशन बोलते हैं इसको बट ये आप अपने लाइफ में भी इंडिया में भी ये बहुत कॉमन है जैसे गांधी जी के तीन बंदर के बारे में हम जब बात करते हैं सिमिलरली इसके बारे में हम बात करते हैं कि हमने क्या रिसीव किया मतलब क्या सुना और क्या समझा हमने क्या दिया क्या बोला और क्या एक्सप्रेस किया और उसकी वजह से क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही हैं जो हमें दिख रही हैं सो हमें बस वो गांधी जी के तीन प्रिंसिपल तो इसको इक्वेट कर लीजिए उसी का सिबलिंग बहन भाई है ये तो इट्स वेरी सिंपल उन तीन चीज़ों को फॉलो करेंगे लाइफ में हर चीज़ में वर्क करती है एंड इकिगाई ऑफ कोर्स हमें बहुत कुछ सिखाने वाली है पहली बात तो लाइफ का फ्लो सिखाने वाली है हाउ यू एंड आई कैन फ्लो हाउ यू एंड आई कैन बी बैलेंस्ड how can we be mindful heartful how we can give importance to our body which is very very important and how we can address difficulties this book is like a whole life package packed in very few words very few pages so tomorrow is yet another new day when we'll start a brand new chapter and the chapter is very beautiful it's all about finding flow and you'd love it of course now time for my favorite book and we will be with this book for as long as we can be we'll take it slow and steady it's a very very beautiful book so we're not in a hurry so let's start this book with a very open mind. And let's, before we start the book, let's thank Eckhart Tolle. He's a fantastic person. Of course, he speaks very softly. I follow his readings and learnings all the time. He and Byron Katie are my favorites, so I keep following them. But this is, I think, in the next batch we should have a book on Byron Katie as well. So Eckhart Tolle's this book is very, very beautiful. You and I will realize the power of truly now. So time is important. Time is everything. But this book is so, so, so deep. So it's New York's best time seller for like forever. This The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment. With a new preface by the author, over 2 million copies are sold by Eckhart Tolle. One of the best books to come along in years. Every sentence rings with truth and power, says Deepak Chopra, a very much own Indian doctor. He was the author of the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success, Parenting, and many, 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 many works. Oprah Winfrey, as we all know who she is, she says, It's a reminder to be truly present in our own lives and liberated from our past and future. It can transform your thinking. The result is more joy right now. To make the journey into the power of now, we will need to leave our analytical mind and its false created self, the ego, behind. Along the journey is challenging. Although the journey is challenging, Eckhart Tolle offers simple language and a question and answer format to guide us. The words themselves are the signposts. For many of us, there are new discoveries to be made along the way. We are not our mind. We can find our way out of psychological pain. Authentic human power is surrendering to the now. We also find out that the body is actually one of the keys to entry into a state of inner peace, as are the silence and space all around us. Indeed, access is everywhere available. These access points or portals can all be used to bring us into the now, the present moment, where problems do not exist. It is here we discover that we are already complete and perfect. And as Louis Hay says, we are whole and complete. A word of mouth phenomenon since its first publication. The Power of Now is one of those rare books with the power to create an experience in readers, one that can radically change their lives for the better. Eckhart Tolle is a contemporary spiritual teacher who is not aligned with any particular religion or tradition. He writes with the timeless and uncomplicated clarity of the ancient spiritual masters and imparts a simple yet profound message. There is a way out of suffering and into peace. He is the author of Stillness Speaks and Practicing the Power of Now. He travels widely and lives in Vancouver, British Columbia. So let's turn the book page, sir. So, of course, there have been a lot of worldwide acclaim of the book. Would you want to read these or do you want to read them on your own or skip them? These are all people's testimonial, what they got out of this book. Do you want to read them? Sorry?
Maybe we can skip them.
We can, of course, if you want. So, these are all the testimonials by so many people internationally, within India. Yes, we can read on our own, whoever's interested. So, you can still turn the page. The Power of Now is a spiritual guide to spiritual enlightenment. So, what do you understand by spiritual enlightenment? Can someone throw the light? In fact, can someone speak up on this? What is spiritual enlightenment? What is spirituality, firstly? We've been learning spirituality in a very low key fashion. What is it? Anju, what do you understand of spirituality or spiritual enlightenment?
I think it's getting to know more of your purpose for life, knowing what you're meant to do, understanding you yourself that you have a bigger purpose than just this life, and keep getting rid of all the negatives and move towards the positive and a bigger moksha.
Yeah, pretty much. Where we can go deep and meet with the soul, nice, Richa. Cleaning mind and heart, nice, Shruti. Empowering ourselves, nice, Rajni. Okay, in exploration, yes, that's the right word, in exploration. And finding out that we are just a dot in the universe and we're just giving ourselves too much attention. So, trust in the entire cosmos. It's actually beautiful, and we are now entering this world of enlightenment. Enlightenment is in itself beautiful, it's got the word light. So, the minute you find the light, you will be enlightened and you will just progress and learn. And with this, सारे सपने पूरे हो जाएंगे. बिकॉज जब आप बेसिक चीज़ों से हट जाएंगे यू विल नो द राइट पाथ ऑफ लाइफ. स्पिरिचुअली आप काम करेंगे, सो आपका बिजनेस, आपका पर्सनल लाइफ, आपका सारा कुछ स्पिरिचुअलिटी, एवरीथिंग विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल. Welcome to this world of absolute ecstasy for me. It's spiritual enlightenment, the power of now. You are here to enable the divine purpose of the universe to unfold. That is important. You are important. Eckhart Tolle says this. So let's understand we all have a divine purpose and we're here for an intention. This book is very beautiful. It's divided into 21. Yes, sir, you can turn the page. So as you see, there are 10 parts, 21 main things are coming in this. And there are about 77 topics that we're going to be talking, 77 or 79 topics that we are going to be talking about in this book. And they'll all flow from one to another. So 10 main things, 21 bylaws, and say 79 to 80 concepts. It's going to be very beautiful and we'll take it very, very, very slow. Yes, sir. Let's turn the page. Forward. Let me read this for everyone. This is an Indian edition, so let's just understand this. I had the good fortune of attending Eckhart's retreat at Hollycock on Quartz Islands, just outside Vancouver, Canada, in September 2000. About 120 people from various parts of the globe converged there after reading the book which you hold in your hands. This book impacted them so much, they traversed many miles across continents just to listen to be in the presence of this great spiritual teacher. If I were to sum up the essence of Eckhart's teaching in one phrase, it would be present moment awareness. This is the core of the power of now. And this is what you feel deep within yourself in His presence. He shows us the way to focus on the present instead of living in the past or worrying about the future. A state of consciousness, free of the burden of time. As Eckhart puts it, nothing ever happened in the past, it happened in the now. Nothing will ever happen in the future, it will happen in the now. So I know अभी शायद समझ में नहीं आ रहा होगा, but just try to absorb as much because as the book opens, परतें खुलेंगी and clarity आनी शुरू हो जाएगी. In this book, Eckhart uses simple question and answer format to reveal to us our true nature. It makes the book simple to read and easy to comprehend. The book is best read perhaps a few pages a day to enable one to reflect upon the words and experience the truth of what has been read. Eckhart holds your hand like a guardian angel and takes you step by step towards leading a life free of suffering and anger. It explains how we create our own pain and constantly make the mistake of identifying with our minds. ये बात प्लीज समझ जाइएगा. पेन, वरी, टेंशन, एंजाइटी सारा मैन मेड है, हम बनाते हैं. हम उसके बारे में सोचते हैं और उसके बारे में इलेबरेट करते हैं. सो वी इट्स मैन मेड एंड थिंकिंग दैट इज बहुत सोचते हैं, इसलिए लाइफ में थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम्स भी आती हैं, एक्स्ट्रा सोचते हैं. And the true beauty lies in grasping a new meaning each time you read the answer to a particular question or life situation. So सही मायने में जो मीनिंग्स आने वाले हैं, जब हम क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स पढ़ेंगे, रिफ्लेक्ट करेंगे, that's when the real beauty will come out. The magical quality of this book is that Eckhart uses words to take us to a place beyond words, where silence resides. And in this silence, this inner stillness, we access the now. In this now, the present moment, problems do not exist. For the now is all there is. इस बुक की खासियत है, एक मैजिकल क्वालिटी है कि शब्द के अंदर शब्द है. कहाँ से आप कहाँ पहुँच जाएंगे मालूम भी नहीं पड़ेगा, इतना डीप है. और आपके जो अंदर का ठहराव है, द साइलेंस, उसमें आपको बहुत कुछ मिलेगा. उस साइलेंस में आपके पर्ल्स ऑफ विजडम निकलेंगे. उस साइलेंस में आपको आज का अभी का महत्व मालूम पड़ेगा, राइट नाउ इन द मोमेंट. और सब कुछ अभी होता है, इस क्षण होता है. प्रॉब्लम्स भी हैं, अभी नहीं है इस समय. डज एनीवन हैव अ प्रॉब्लम राइट नाउ रीडिंग दिस बुक? कुछ नहीं है. इट्स ऑल जस्ट द बुक एंड द वर्ड्स. बट द मिनट दिमाग कहीं और जाता है, प्रॉब्लम शायद आ जाएगी. दिमाग जाएगा बॉडी पे, अरे मुझे ये प्रॉब्लम है. बट इस क्षण, इस मोमेंट में देयर इज नथिंग. So now is what we have. Indeed, silence has been recognized as the key to the spiritual dimension, perhaps with different words, by masters of many traditions, and in particular Indian philosophy. No doubt, a reflection of the timeless value of this wisdom. So I mean, every spiritual master will tell you about silence. Nitya Shanti is my guru. If you talk about, you talk about Sadhguru, you talk about Ravi Shankar ji, you talk about anybody, you talk about Paramahansa Yogananda ji, anybody, any spiritual master will talk about the power of silence. Because silence में ही जवाब है, silence में ही understanding है. और साइलेंस में इतनी विजडम मिलती है. क्यों मिलती है? क्योंकि जब आप साइलेंट होते हैं, कोई कॉन्वर्जेशन नहीं हो रही होती, तब आप अपनी अंतरात्मा की बात सुनते हैं, अपनी हायर सेल्फ की बात सुनते हैं, और उस बात में ही सारी विजडम है. यू नो व्हाट, हम सब में सब कुछ ज्ञान है, बस हमें पता ही नहीं है. बिकॉज हम साइलेंस में गए ही नहीं हैं. इट्स ऑल अबाउट गोइंग डीपर एंड डीपर. जितना आपका सर्कल छोटा हो जाएगा, जितना आप डॉट के पास आते जाएंगे, उतने आप स्पिरिचुअली होते हैं. जो लोग बहुत बड़ा 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 करते हैं, वो कभी अंदर ही नहीं जा पाते. सो द जर्नी इज अबाउट गोइंग इनवर्ड्स. द स्मॉलर यू बिकम, द बेटर इट इज. सो अंडरस्टैंड दिस वेरी वेल. Sri Ravi Shankar, while giving a talk on the Buddha, said, "Words cannot capture existence, but silence can." बहुत डीप बात है. शब्द, सेंटेंसेस उस साइलेंस को कभी कैप्चर नहीं कर सकती जो हमारे अंदर है. वो सिर्फ साइलेंस कर सकता है. विजडम सिर्फ साइलेंस में मिलेगी. Ramesh S. Balsekar, a well known contemporary master of Advaita, has this to say about silence. The whole point is that the potency of silence lies in the very interval between thoughts. जो एक हमारी, अगर आपने कभी ब्रेथ भी देखी हो, जब आप इन लेते हैं, अगर आप थोड़ा नॉर्मल भी ब्रीथ कर रहे हैं, एक छोटा सा गैप आता है. जब ब्रेथ इन एंड ब्रेथ आउट के बाद ब्रेथ इन, दैट गैप, या जो आपके थॉट्स के बीच में जो गैप आता है, दैट इज द मोस्ट प्रोफाउंड. दैट इज द ट्रू साइलेंस. एंड दैट विल कम टू अस. टाइम लगेगा, बट आएगा. Thus, all that is needed for the perpetual movement of thought is to be arrested, for us to be awakened. अगर हमें जगना है, अवेकन होना है, सो हमें अपनी मूवमेंट ऑफ थॉट्स को थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा. इन अ वे, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू हैव टू कंट्रोल. वी इनफैक्ट वी शुड लेट इट फ्लो. पर अपने आप कंट्रोल हो जाएंगे जब आप थोड़ा वाइज हो जाएंगे. तब इतना प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन, इतना सोचना, विचारना, कॉन्टेम्पलेट करना नहीं आएगा. फिर आप फ्री फ्लो हो जाएंगे. करना है तो कर लो यार, इतना क्या सोचना. सुना है किसी से बोलते हुए कि इतना क्या सोचना है, कर लो यार, मन में है तो कर लो. देन यू विल कम टू अ पॉइंट जहाँ गट इंस्टिंक्ट की बात सुनेंगे आप. यू विल जस्ट बी इन द फ्लो. एंड जो लोग सक्सेसफुल होते हैं लाइफ में, वो हमेशा अपने गट की बात सुनते हैं, फास्ट डिसीजन ले लेते हैं. जो लोग बहुत स्लो डिसीजन लेते हैं, वो लाइफ में रुक रुक के सक्सेस मिलती है. सो इन अ वे, स्टार्ट लिसनिंग टू योर सेल्फ. कुछ करना है तो बस कर लो, इतना मत सोचो. So, of course, I'm not saying become dumb, but think about it. Eckhart is like a breath of fresh air, as he's not aligned to any particular teaching or guru. And what is most truly remarkable is how he has touched so many lives with the first book he's written. Its message is universal in appeal. Since it was first published in Canada, The Power of Now has sold over 2 million copies and has been translated into 30 languages. I have personally met many people who claim this book has transformed their lives as well as the relationship with themselves and others. It is my sincere hope this book does the same for you. So ये इस बुक का सबसे बड़ी खासियत क्या है? ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल बुक है. अगर हमारा बॉर्न 1 to 1 for लाइफ का मकसद है लाइफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन सीरीज, सो योर लाइफ हैज टू ट्रांसफॉर्म. एंड आई गारंटी यू, अगर आपने इस बुक को शिद्दत से करा, योर लाइफ विल बी ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड. रिलेशनशिप्स बेटर हो जाएंगे, बिजनेस बेटर हो जाएगा, अपने आप से रिलेशनशिप बेटर हो जाएगा. इनफैक्ट सब कुछ मैजिकल हो जाएगी अगर आप इस बुक को ट्रूली 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 करते हैं. बिकॉज इट्स ट्रूली लाइक अ फ्रेश है. And the best is, spirituality is not religion. So it's really, really, really amazing. What is truly fascinating is how blessed we are to receive this book at the turn of the millennium as humanity enters a higher level of consciousness. अगर आपको याद हो, 2-3 दिन पहले मैंने मैसेज भेजा था that Earth is going to a new dimension, a new Earth. So now you're already acting in the Dwapar Yuga. तभी हमको एनर्जी इतनी पसंद है. ची, की, प्राण, वी टॉकिंग अबाउट ऑल ऑफ दिस, राइट? सो हम सब एनर्जी की तरफ शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं. एंड तभी ये सारे ब्यूटीफुल ऑथर्स, जो स्पिरिचुअल ऑथर्स बोले जा रहे हैं, दे ऑल कमिंग इन आवर लाइफ बिकॉज हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस को हम रेज कर रहे हैं, हमारे लेवल ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग को हम रेज कर रहे हैं, हमारी एनर्जी को हम रेज कर रहे हैं. मेडिटेशन करते हैं, वी फीलिंग बेटर. There is an upsurge in the number of people on the spiritual path who seek to improve the quality of their lives and who are striving to make the world a better place. एकदम से आपको लोग मिलेंगे जो बोल रहे हैं, यार अगर सिंपल चीजें फॉलो करो ना, लाइफ बहुत सिंपल है, अमेजिंग है. अब स्पिरिचुअल वर्ड नहीं पता है, लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता, या इट्स मिसकंस्ट्रूड वर्ड. बट स्पिरिचुअल पाथ इज द ओनली पाथ. पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट. People are going for every path. Spirituality is it's the only science, if you see. Now that's why a lot of people are going towards this, because we are in that beautiful Dwapar Yuga. We are all indeed spiritual, and this book helps us to realize the same. हम सब spiritual ही हैं, हमारे सबके अंदर soul है, spirit है. So now ये किताब हमें वापस अपने आप से मिला रही है जो हम शायद मिले ही नहीं कभी. In Eckhart's own words, I cannot tell you any spiritual truth that deep within you. You don't know already. हम सबको सारे ट्रूथ्स पता हैं, हमारे अंदर हैं, बस हमने उनको टटोला ही नहीं है, ढूंढा ही नहीं है, फाइंड ही नहीं किया है. All I can do is remind you of what you have forgotten. So welcome to the world of realization, back to your own essence. जो हम भूले बैठे हैं, सब वापस आने वाला है. On the last day of the retreat, as we were busy packing our bags to leave, Eckhart's parting words were, remember, you're not going anywhere. All things come and go, but you are not what happens. You are the silent space in which all things happen. And that is what Power of Now is all about. It's a truth spelled out, the truth about life as it is now. It's more than just a book, it's a companion of a lifetime. So very important to understand, जो इकहाट की जो words हैं, बहुत important है. कुछ कहीं भागे नहीं जा रहा, हिंदी में सुना होगा. सब कुछ आता है और जाता है. You are, no sir, we are not going there. Sir, the book किताब हम बहुत slow करने वाले हैं. We're just going to take steps, keep reflecting on whatever we're learning. So I'm not going to rush any one of us in this book, even though you want to rush. No, spirituality is not about rushing. We are the silent space in which all happen. Very important to understand. सब कुछ हो रहा है. Understand your silence. Understand the truth. And with this, I request each one of you, start meditating and reflecting. नहीं भी तो silence में ज़रूर बैठना शुरू करें. 3 या 4 मिनट भी बहुत है. In Happiness and Peace, Gautam Sachdev, Mumbai, India, November 2004. So today was just about reading the foreword because it's very important to understand कि ये book India में Gautam Sachdev लाए हैं. So yeah, we are very thankful to him and he's shared his Indian bit. And tomorrow, of course, we'll talk about Eckhart's own preface, which is again very important. So the book is not really starting now. अभी आप prefaces पढ़ रहे हैं, but अगर इसको miss कर दिया तो book को miss कर दिया is my feeling. Like A, B miss कर दिया तो you can't read X, Y, Z. So that's how it is. So thank you, Ritesh sir, for showcasing this book. And thank you, Anju, for having read the first book so beautifully. After Ikigai, now I request you to read The Magic Weight Loss Pill. It's all about our body. And let's understand what is happening in our body. So yesterday, when we spoke about how our life is, 30 minutes of breathing should be intertwined, some pranayam should be intertwined. We talked about detoxing our body. We talked about deep breaths, which is also detoxing. We talked about a lot of things. Today we'll talk about the root causes of all problems, कि क्या root cause होता है, किस reason से आप और मैं healthy नहीं होते. And one good news is, जब spiritual world में आएंगे ना, health भी अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगी. People who have been struggling with their weight and with their issues and their acne and their skin problems or जो भी कुछ सब खत्म हो जाएगा, because the very essence of spirituality you'll find, and then all the fears will vanish. So in Dr. Murphy's book, we talked about, our fears. Now उसका जो body के part है वो लोग continuo बता रहे हैं. Let's go for it. So we are on page number 86 and Anju, I request you to read from the root cause. The first paragraph actually, after the continuing paragraph.
Yes. The root cause of at least 86% of my breast cancer cases diagnosed over the last 2 years in India was found to be linked to patients' emotional issues. At the time of the detection of the cancer, the clients mentioned that they were experiencing chronic stress or something emotional or tragic was going on in their lives. These worrying statistics reinforce the need for you to look within to understand who you are and find that spiritual space and balance that help you to make better decisions. So many of my patients struggle to lose weight. When I gently encourage them to focus on emotional detoxification, the results are amazing. Most of them become more gentle with themselves and their bodies. They realize what they really want is to achieve, and their goal becomes less centered on what other people want. They understand that comparing themselves with the other women and men of what they see in the media is only robbing them of their peace and happiness. This is when they understand the emotions and triggers behind cravings and the need to either accept or let go. And thus the weight loss begins.
So we have been reading affirmations that I accept myself the way I am.
Mm.
Very important to not compare ourselves. We are becoming victims, self-inflicted victims, by victimizing ourselves by comparison. Uska business better hai, uski body better hai, uski jewelry better hai, uska husband better hai, uski wife better hai, uski bacche better hai. We are comparing. It's very human to compare, but this comparison is the entire emotional issue. When people can't accept themselves the way they are, so what if I'm 100 kilos or 200 kilos? So what? If I'm happy where I am, it's fine. Yes, I'm not supposed to be having extra weight because भगवान ने इसे बनाया ही नहीं था. पर अगर मैंने अपनी बॉडी को उस तरह के ले गया, if I've made my body fat, I'm the only one who can make it thin by healing myself emotionally, mentally, spiritually. The minute we go into spiritual space, the minute you start balancing your life, the minute you अब आप लोग already, whether you realize or not, आप सबका breath is much better, your breathing pattern is much better automatically, because आपने वो inculcate किया है habit. So good habits can be inculcated. So let's go in our spiritual space, which we already entered. Pretty much as you begin the session, you are in a spiritual space, and now you'll be able to balance much better. Can anyone tell me in the chat box, is your decision making better? Are you more clear what you want in life? कुछ फर्क पड़ा है कि अब I can think better, I can feel better, I can decide better. So it's very important to understand that all of us are now coming to age with a fact ki who are we? What is it that I want? So thank you for so many people who are saying that. Thank you so much. Because we are in a spiritual space. And all these beautiful authors are making us connect with us with ourselves. So very important for us to keep realizing that we are growing as people. And this growth is not external growth तो है, but internal growth ज़्यादा है. सो बहुत लोग स्ट्रगल करते हैं वेट को लेकर इस, और हम बहुत लोगों ने ज्वाइन भी किया सेशन वेट को लेकर. सो आई डोंट हैव एनी मैजिक मेडिकल पिल फॉर यू. आई जस्ट हैव वन थिंग. लाइफस्टाइल को जर्नल करो, जहाँ थॉट्स को देखो, इमोशंस को देखो, लुक एट वॉट यूर गोइंग थ्रू, एक्सेप्ट दैट, जज मत करो. डे कैसा था अपने आप एनालाइज करो, रियलाइज हु यू आर, and the more you go inner, the more you will understand, and your root causes will all heal, because emotions फिर they will not worry you too much. Triggers आने कम हो जाएंगे. जब triggers नहीं होंगे, आप comparison नहीं करेंगे, cravings पे नहीं आएंगी. So this is what you and I will become better people. आइए, let's read on the page number 87.
When you truly start valuing who you are and accepting yourself, you become clear about how you want to achieve this goal. This mindless chase of diet plans and jumping from one exercise program to another is fruitless. So stop, step back, and take a break and start looking within. Who are you trying to be like? Who are you trying to impress? Do you really need your physical body to define who you are? Physical attraction is real, but the fact that we feel good, and the fact that we feel good when we look good is real. But it shouldn't be the only thing that you believe and should be accepted for. The emotional, spiritual, and intellectual self, too, in combination with your physical self, makes you whole and beautiful. To arrive at this, you need to look within.
So tell me something. I'll give you my example. So today, if I'm 100 kilos or 200 kilos or 50 kilos, will you still like me, or will you say, is she pretty? No, I don't want to talk to her. Will you still talk to me? Or you'll be, because just because you're a very fashionable person and you want a very fashionable person and I'm not dressed up like a very chic person, will you still like me? Or I'm like a total behenji, or I'm a very modern person, will you still judge me? What am I? What am I? What are all of us? We are not just as physical self. We are so, our emotions make us beautiful. Our spirituality makes us beautiful. Our intellect makes us beautiful. Why are we all the time looking at skin color? You know, uh, what are we looking at? We should love each other the way we are. जब हम judge करते हैं, compare करते हैं, that's the problem. So if I am whole and complete, if you are whole and complete, then where's the difference? Your wholeness is different, my wholeness is different, each to their own. To arrive at this, let's look within. Are we really, really anxious to keep proving ourselves? एक तो प्रूफ करना बंद कर दो किसी को भी, और कि मुझे उसको प्रूफ करना है, अपने आप को प्रूफ करना है अपने लिए। फिर भी ठीक है चैलेंज लेना कि मैं कुछ भी शुरू करता हूँ मैं कंप्लीट करता हूँ, दैट्स गुड, वो तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। लोग बीच में छोड़ देते हैं। आप अपने खुद के संगम इंटरेस्ट को देख लीजिए, कितने लोगों ने एनरोल किया था एंड कितने लोग कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं जर्नी पे, बिकॉज बीच में छोड़ देते हैं हम अच्छाई से, दैट्स द प्रॉब्लम। सिमिलरली वेट, अगर कुछ आपको मालूम है समथिंग इज गुड, व्हाई डू यू वांट टू कीप डूइंग अ सीसॉ शुरू स्टॉप, स्टार्ट किया ऊपर नीचे हम सीसॉ ही तो कर रहे हैं। सो लेट्स, सो इसका एक ही रिजल्ट है, get more spiritual, keep going spiritual, keep finding the intellect also at times, and your emotions are good, accept them, embrace them. Yes, let's read the paragraph
Your
further.
body will change as you grow older. You saying something?
No, no, that's fine.
Your looks will change too. And if it's just your physical self that you're interested in, it will depress you more and more as you can't stop aging. Of course, there's an option of cosmetic surgery, but how long can you keep falling back on it? In
I
India,
don't name,
especially,
one second, I don't want to name people, but I think आप भी जानते होंगे there are people who are going for Botox, they're going for dyeing their hair, maybe आप लोग में से खुद भी कोई हो। क्यों कर रहे हैं हम लोग ऐसा? हमने इसके बारे में पहले भी बात करी थी। लुक्स तो बदल रहे हैं, इट्स ग्रेट। Are you the same baby that you were when you were born in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 100, 20, 30, 40, 50? We are all changing. Body भी बदल रही है, looks भी बदल रहे हैं, बाल भी बदल रहे हैं. Why are we wanting to become the poster boy or the poster girl? Why do we want to become like the celebrities? अपने आप spirituality से glow भी आएगा. So please, if you're into anything artificial, stop using it. Yes, please. The last paragraph for the day.
in India, especially a lot of women and men strive to lose weight just before they get married, but tend to put it all back after the wedding. I find this kind of motivation terribly wrong. You need to lose weight not for others, but and what they will say about you at the wedding, but to truly feel good in your skin. Be healthy and fit and prevent disease. Another aspect that I fail to understand, although I see a lot of positive change happening now, is that men expect their wives to be a certain weight while it's okay for them to have large bellies and be unfit. Shouldn't both of them as a couple strive to be fit for health reasons and not just vanity?
So yes, the so-called the Indian society sometimes yes. So but that's how Indians have been. But you and I can change the mentality and change the thought. Everyone in India wants a good-looking daughter-in-law or a good-looking wife, or people don't go for the looks inside. People go for the looks outside. So of course, our motivation has to be to become better versions of ourselves. Others can keep improving in their life, but we can guide them a bit, nudge them a bit, but not expect too much. And again, दूसरों के लिए करने से खुद satisfaction नहीं आती. So if you want to look pretty for yourself, great. For the others, don't. And temporary nahi hona chahiye. You are anyways pretty, you're anyways handsome, and we are also blessed. So if we have a large belly, or we have a large, if we have any body part which is not right, we know it's not right. And it's only we who can change the lifestyle. And if you're happy in that world, कि yeah, I am okay with 20 kilos of weight on me. मेरे को तो खाना बहुत पसंद है, exercise नहीं पसंद. So okay. लेकिन I can tell you one thing, spirituality में problem आएगी. Toxic food will make your spirituality not, you'll not be able to go very deep. So if you really want to embrace spirituality, start having good energy in your food. Pran, energy. जो धरती माँ से निकल रहा है, what Mother Earth is giving us directly is what you and I am supposed to eat. Even अनाज जो actual अनाज निकल रहा है उसको खाना चाहिए rather than something which is mixed and processed and whatever. So start thinking about what's going in your body, because what's going in your body is going to help you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Toxic food खाएंगे तो अभी emotions कभी plus कभी minus. एकदम से if you have sugar, white sugar, everyone knows is poison. White sugar खाते एकदम से आपकी energy burst. You're just feeling so happy, giggly, and happy, happy, happy. कुछ दिन के बाद you'll again feel so lethargic, tired, and you want to eat something more. So let's be careful of what we are putting in our body from the very first minute we wake up. Very important to come back to realizing that if we want to see positive changes, we have to be the positive change. We have to want it, wish it. Otherwise, I'm sure there will be a drastic difference in all of you after you finish reading this book. कुछ ना कुछ तो lifestyle change आएगा ही आएगा, वो तो कोई doubt ही नहीं है. Tomorrow we'll read from page number 88. Ritesh sir, if you want, you can flip the page so that tomorrow we know where we are starting from. So it's just wonderful. Thank you so much for reading for all of us, Anju, in your magical voice. And tomorrow we'll talk about a lot of things. Today, let's start our heart thoughts. And some of you have had breakthroughs big time, but you're a little conscious of sharing in the world. You don't talk about it. अभी भी आपको लगता है नजर लग जाएगी. So if you want, those of you who know who you are, if you want, you can share. Others can also share if you want, because I think sharing is important. So maybe we should have some sharing for a minute or two every day. That'll be great. So today's affirmation is, as always, a blessing. Today is about income. My income is constantly increasing. Money is energy. It is an exchange of services. It is matter and form. It has no meaning of itself except what we give it and believe about it. We have so much stuff about money, but it really is about what we believe we deserve. So, one thing about money I want to tell you, money बहुत easy है आना. अगर आप होम मेकर हैं या आप प्रोफेशनल हैं या बिजनेस है, मनी इज़ वेरी इजी. जो लोग बोलते हैं मैं जॉब में हूँ, उतना ही मनी आता है. देर आर वेरी मैनी वेज ऑफ गेटिंग मनी. Probably tomorrow you'll invest in a property, maybe कहीं से you've saved money, you'll invest in shares, वहाँ से money grow हो जाएगा. या if you're a homemaker, you get a lot of आप savings करते हैं, आप वो invest करेंगे, वो grow हो जाएगा. Money is always available भर भर के. कितना हमें चाहिए डिपेंड्स अपॉन आवर माइंड. अगर हम बोलते हैं आई डिजर्व द बेस्ट, या मैं कॉम्प्रोमाइज करना ही नहीं चाहता, मुझे चार्टर करके फ्लाइट लेकर जाना है, मैं क्यों इकोनॉमी में बैठ के जाऊँ. सो ग्रेट. और अगर आप बोलते हैं मैं इकोनॉमी में जाता हूँ सारे पैसे बचाऊँ, मुझे स्प्लर्ज नहीं करना है, तो हमेशा पैसे बचाने के चक्कर में आपको मनी नहीं मिलेगा, बिकॉज आपकी थॉट्स बिजनेस क्लास की या चार्टर्ड फ्लाइट की है ही नहीं. इसीलिए बोला जाता है थिंकिंग बिग, ड्रीम बिग, अचीव बिग. बिकॉज जब तक आपके ड्रीम्स नहीं होंगे, थॉट्स नहीं होंगे, फीलिंग्स नहीं होंगे, आप और मैं लाइफ में कैसे अचीव कर सकते हैं. सो आप लोग जो सोचते हैं ना कि यार हमारे पास इतना नहीं, इसके पास इतना है, इसके पास इसलिए इतना है कुछ ये सोचता है और सोचती है कि अरे सब कुछ पॉसिबल है यार, मनी मनी है. मनी इज मियर एनर्जी. अगर आपकी पॉजिटिव एनर्जी है, आपके पास मनी भी बहुत पॉजिटिव और बहुत सारा आने वाला है. मनी तो सबसे आसान चीज़ है, येट हमने उसको इतना वो करा हुआ है, hype किया हुआ है कि money is tough. So if you say that, no, this is Harpreet, I wrote the wrong affirmation in the assignment. कल हमारा वो haven वाला था. What is my haven? I forgot the. So मैं advance में चली गई थी, आज में चली गई थी. So I'm sorry for that goof up, but I think I made her correct it. उसने correct नहीं किया क्या? So I. हाँ, my there's a peaceful haven वाला था. अगर वो नहीं है, so maybe. But today, this is about today. So my income is constantly increasing. Yes, Nitin, please read for us.
The quickest way to increase your income is to do the mental work. What can you do to help yourself? You can either choose to attract or repel money and other forms of prosperity. Complaining never works. You have a cosmic mental bank account. You can deposit positive affirmations and believe you deserve, or not. Affirm, my income is constantly increasing. I am worth prospering.
So if you realize what Nitin read in his amazing husky voice, so what does it mean? You can think about money and you can think about increasing money. सारे mental work कर लो. But mental work करने से क्या money आ जाएगा? क्या सिर्फ mental work करने से money आ जाएगा? What can you do to help yourself? उसको action में कैसे convert करना है? हम क्या सोच रहे हैं? You can, अगर हमें कोई नया business करना है, हम उसको negative सोचे जा रहे हैं, तो negative ही होने वाला है. So you can either attract money or repel money. दो ही चीज हो सकती है ना, आएगा या जाएगा. अगर आपकी prosperous thoughts हैं और आप सोच रहे हो उस मनी से लोगों को कहाँ जॉब मिल रही है, फायदा हो रहा है, किसी को प्रोडक्ट खरीद के खुशी मिल रही है, सर्विस से खुशी मिल रही है, तो मनी उस प्रोडक्ट में, उस सर्विस में बरकत ही बरकत आएगी. अगर कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं आप, तो कंप्लेन ही आएगा. सो प्लीज सी द मनी एनर्जी. कहाँ पर यार, वी ऑल हैव अ कॉस्मिक मेंटल बैंक. हम उसमें क्या अफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, क्या थॉट्स डाल रहे हैं कि आई एम अ मनी मैग्नेट, या my income is constantly increasing, I prosper wherever I turn. abundance is my divine right, क्या हम affirmations बोल रहे हैं, वैसे ही money आएगा. जिन लोग की लाइफ में लोन होता है या डेट होता है, वो क्यों होता है? वो बोल रहे हैं अरे लाइफ में बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, बहुत दिक्कतें हैं यार, मैनेज नहीं कर पाते, बाजार से लेना पड़ता है. सो ऐसा ही होगा. सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आज की थॉट बहुत ब्यूटीफुल है, बिकॉज मनी इज अ बेसिक एनर्जी विच ऑल ऑफ अस नीड, राइट? हमारे पास कुछ भी है अभी, अगर आप अपने आसपास भी देख लें, एवरीथिंग इज बॉट विद मनी, बट ओनली यू आर नॉट मनी. आपकी thoughts, they're not bought, your body is not bought by money. It's a wholesome cosmic energy, but energy is everywhere. आप भी energy हो, money भी energy है. When you're one, तो भेदभाव किस बात का? So think about it sometimes कि money को इतना तूल क्यों दिया हुआ है कि यार इतना spend नहीं करेंगे, इतना बचाएंगे नहीं. Please, जितना खर्चा करोगे उतना आएगा. The more you spend, the more you get. Enhance those qualities in you so that your life can become great. So thank you, thank you, thank you everyone for this magical morning, for such beautiful, positive, feelings and sharings. Anybody wants to share something before we meditate? I'm actually itching for some sharing. I don't know why. So I can just say tomorrow is Artist Day, Artist Way. An artist date is also today, if you can schedule it, if you haven't done it. Morning pages, if you haven't begun. We discussed in detail yesterday. I have a humble request from everyone. Please get up to date. Did all of you, anyone complete the pending exercises for the Artist Week after the follow-up session? Could anyone, Nitin, you want to share, or is your hand you want to share? Okay. Sorry, I again put you on mute. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I had a little experience to tell everyone. So if you allow me, it'll take 2-3 minutes, or maybe after the meditation, however you want to go about it. Yeah. I met somebody, she's a very dear friend, and I got to know that she runs a boutique. 2 days back, I got to know that there has been a theft, and I spoke to her and tried to handle her, that she was very upset, and I met her over coffee last evening. Some very interesting facts to tell you all. You always say that we attract troubles.
Yeah.
So what happened that when I was speaking to her, and she says that हर महीने कोई गलत न्यूज आ जाती है, तो मैं उसको यही बोल रहा था कि आपको गलत न्यूज इसलिए आती है, आप अट्रैक्ट करते हो. कहती है अब ये थोड़ा को अट्रैक्ट करूंगी कि मेरे यहाँ पे मेरे बुटीक में चोरी हो जाए और सारा कुछ साफ हो जाए. So during the conversation, she says that last month there was a marriage, and she prepared something for my friend's daughter's wedding. कहती मैं तो बड़ी परेशान थी कि मैं उसको बार बार कैमरा में देख रही थी कि कोई उठा के ना ले जाए, बड़े लास्ट मोमेंट पे उसका ऑर्डर रेडी हुआ है. Now point 1. Point number 2, she has a habit, she'll put on the camera and looking at her boutique all through, दिन में भी रात में भी, unconsciously. And you can all relate to it that somewhere subconsciously she is attracting that trouble to her.
Yeah.
So I could relate to that thing. Let's if we know that whatever we attract is growing, so let's attract better things. Let's attract good things. I'm sure it will grow. So
thank you. That's really
I observed it, so I thought I'll share it with everyone.
Yeah, no, it's very important. Thank you for sharing. So we are ultimately
on a mode of I said you should start with the magic. Probably you will understand, and you'll be on the right track after a few days.
Absolutely. But she needs to have some company to start the magic. Somebody maybe can push her.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, how to put her on track, but I really want to help her out.
Send her in the evening session. थोड़ा सा बच्चे भी हैं, it doesn't matter. Send her in the evening session.
I'll suggest that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes, Ritu.
Yeah, good morning, Prachi and everybody. Like, since I will say 2 months journey we have completed, and my mom is the best judge who can see me, the change and the transformation, what has happened. And Prachi, you just met my mom, and she's saying कि मैं ऐसी थी अब तू वैसी कैसे बन गई. I have become like, the opposite of it. मैंने कहा thanks to Prachi, like since I have joined her class, now I catch people talking the way I used to talk.
Yeah.
But though I don't correct them because I'm not in the stage of correcting them right now because इतना knowledge नहीं है मेरे को. But still, I can see myself in a lot of people. The way I used to be in the victim mode, the way I used to think negative, मेरे साथ ही ऐसा होता है, मेरे साथ ही हेडेक क्यों होता है, ये क्यों होता है, वो होता है ना।
हाँ, 2-2.5 महीने पहले तुमको इतना डांट दिया, रुचि got so angry with me. How dare you laugh?
हाँ, first call was like so, मतलब I was remembering and I was laughing on it कि like कि what mode I was. अब मुझे कुछ बोलता है, मुझे फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, लिटरली मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. It's just like okay, this is for my improvement, I will improve on this. And I'm trying to pull my mom out of it now because you met my mom, so things are very well and I'm really looking for your classes every day
Send your
because
mom
मम्मी के घर.
class ना, अब हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों में है शाम को.
हाँ, पर मम्मी का भी माइंडसेट नहीं है आने का. मैं बैंगलोर लेके जा रही हूँ उनको, तो वहां साथ में करेंगे क्लास.
Talk about her offline. We'll talk about it.
या
All
या
right. Thank
या
you everyone for
थैंक
your
यू.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you, Ritu. Really makes a lot of difference. So thank you so much. All right, let's meditate and count our blessings. Our back straight, our feet firmly placed on the ground below. Let's wear a smile. Let's inhale in love. Love is all there is to love. Feel yourself in love with yourself and your life. Love, love, love. Share it with the world as you exhale. Inhale light. This beautiful light is dispelling all darkness within you. Share it with the world as you exhale. Inhale positivity. Positive thoughts, positive deeds, positive actions, positive affirmations. This is positivity, the new you. Share the positivity with everyone possible. Life is magical. Life is always a giver. Life is love. Every day, in every way, we are getting better and better. Every day, whatever I need is coming to me so easily, so effortlessly. How magical. My life is blossoming in total perfection. I have everything I need to enjoy my here and now. I am the master of my life. Everything I need is already within me. Perfect wisdom is in my heart. I am whole and complete in myself. I love and appreciate myself just as I am. I accept all my feelings as part of me. I embrace all my feelings. At times, I let them pass. At times, I analyze so that I can't judge myself anymore. I see the words carefully rather than hearing the impact of it. My three sensory organs are in unison: hearing, speaking, and seeing. I see the effect of my spoken words internally, externally, physically, on all planes, because every word is important. I express my emotions very easily, because if I don't express, then something is stopping me back. I'm allowing myself to flow in life. Life is all about a beautiful flow. And I'm gradually flowing just like Mother River. The river bodies are flowing. So am I. I don't stop myself. I enjoy my pace. Fast or slow, I don't care. because I know my journey is my own. The more I love myself, the more love I have, which I can give to others. I am now love. I give and I receive love so freely. My body is always energetic. At times, I have a late night, yet I wake up in the morning with excitement to learn something new. And I love my magical mornings. When I write my morning pages, when I count my blessings, when I speak my affirmations, when I creatively visualize, and when I surrender. I love my magical mornings, my soulful mornings, because I know I'm the creator, writer, director, producer of my movie, of my life. I can create whatever magic I want in it. I dream big, I think big, I achieve big. I create my thoughts, I reflect on my thoughts, I express my thoughts, and I am gradually achieving oneness with myself. I'm now a very grateful and blessed person. I don't judge anyone, I don't judge myself because I simply flow in life. Life has my back. Universe has my back. Mother Earth has my back. As I fold my hands and bow my head in gratitude to Mother Earth, dear Janani Janmabhoomi, Sister Gaya of the Saptarishis, the giver, my planet Earth, you have taken birth so that we, the souls, can find our purpose. I am so grateful to you for rooting me, grounding me, and ensuring that I stay humble and compassionate. Whatever negativity I had in me or I have in me, on a very regular basis, you keep detoxing us from that negative energy and you keep taking that in you because you are a giver. So all you give is love, compassion, kindness. And in exchange, if you want whatever, you don't care if negativity is flowing in you because you know it'll just finish because that's your positive energy. Dear Mother Earth, together, let's make the earth a better place to live in. Let's embrace more of kindness, more of compassion, more of humility, more of love. I promise you to give my best to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's look up at a life level. Eyes are closed. Let's thank our wonderful, glorious past, a magical present, and a magnificent future. How wonderful. I'm love and I am light, and that's what my life is all about. I love every single thing about it. Whatever emotions come, I let them flow. Whatever experiences come, I enjoy them. Any obstacle comes, I try and find a good way out. And the solution is always better than the first one. Such is life. Now, let's look up at heavens above, open our hands in gratitude. Dear universe, thank you for having my back. Dear divinities, thank you for showering us with choices of blessings. We know you're there. Thank you, Cosmos, for including us in all the cosmic dance, the Leela. Dear angels, we know you exist. You keep showing yourselves every now and then, telling us that magics are here to happen forever. Dear guardians, thank you for always guarding us with all your might. We know we are safe because you are there. We ask you for your divine protection and divine love, dear universe. And so it is. Let's now expand our angel heart. I am love. I am light. I shine bright. Right here, right now. I am open to love and acceptance and abundance in all the universes. Wherever I go, prosperity follows. I am love. Let's now fold our hands in gratitude in front of our heart. Rub them together. Feel the energy flow. Bless our conscious subconscious mind for restructuring, reprogramming, unlearning, and learning. On our wonderful face, to all the five sensory skills, our eyesight, ear sight, smelling, speaking, touch. Our wonderful neck that holds us strong. An absolutely amazing food pipe that only takes spiritual energy in us. Cellular energy is strong. Our shoulders, our arms, our upper back, middle back, lower back, spinal cord, hips, chest, lungs, heart, liver, stomach, gallbladder, kidneys, uterus, intestines, sexual organs, excretory organs, legs up to lower, soles of our feet, where we are growing deeper and deeper in Mother Earth. Now, ever so gently, let's come back up at a heart level, hands folded. Dearest beautiful body, I promise to understand you more. I promise to give you more regard because you are working so optimally on your own. I promise to be more grateful towards the functioning, towards all your beautiful being. And I promise to feed you only with what you require and not what my mind or my just that what I want to change into something toxic. And I'm realizing that now. So I wish to give you the very best. Give me the energy to sustain a beautiful lifestyle, to embrace a new lifestyle where I'm going to grow younger and younger every single day. My body age will be younger. My spiritually, I'll be so much more closer to my God. Mentally, I'm evolving. Emotionally, I'm becoming stronger. All my chakras are balancing and aligning because I am flowing in good energy. So, dearest body, thank you to all the organs, muscles, tissues, fibers, glands. Thank you for your functioning. The trillions of cells in me, thank you for embracing all things positive. The blood circulation system, thank you for nurturing me, blessing me. And dearest energy, I invite you because I wish to share it with my Sangha, their loved ones, and every being on Mother Earth. Love, light, healing, blessings, and energy of abundance to each one of you, dear loved ones. Ritu, Kripa, Poonam, Sanya, Nehal, Disha, Prashant, Yanji, Ushaji, Rigu, Naveen, Ajay, Anju, Neha, Yashvi, Radhika, Hina, Rajiv, Ravi, Chandra, Nikita, Nitin, Shubhra, Badri, Prakash, Niriksha, Ashish, Payal, Mitu, Bhuvan, Ankur, Shami, Ankita, Prachi, Saita, Siddharth, Vandana, Meenakshi, Salish, Alona, Saita, Sangeeta, Rohini, Rohiniji, Parul, Sakshi, Karishma, Shakti, Seema, Reena, Sakshi, Mathur, Jitendraji, Richa, Pinaji, Rashi, Parul, Archana, Neelam, Rashi Sharma, Ankur Agarwal, Richa Jhuria, and to everyone whose cameras are off. Lots of love, and Asmeet. Lots of love, light, and abundance to everyone. To you, Ritesh sir, for all the sessions that you host for us. To you, Amrita, who share the session for us every day. To Sanjay sir for having our back. To Shweta for having our back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see each other tomorrow at 5 for a wonderful day, a wonderful journey into the artist's way. And for this, today's the last chance, in a way, to try and do something which we haven't done till now, if your heart feels right. Lots of love, light, and abundance. Take care, be safe. Let's see each other tomorrow at the power of 5. Love, light, and abundance.